Hi guys, my name is Stephanie, and if you're watching this, then I want to thank you for being here to support me in my journey. I'll start off talking a little bit about myself. I am a hardworking mother of a very rambunctious 16-month-old and a really great 14-year-old who I am the stepmother to, actually. And I'm also a loving wife, and I am starting a journey now to better myself. I am doing everything I can now to try to become a better wife, a better mother, and a better person overall. And that journey really started with me realizing that I needed to focus more on myself. So I will get into that shortly. I guess you could say it really started off originally as a weight loss journey. I had put on quite a bit of weight during my pregnancy. This actually happened, I believe, because I had been pregnant, and partway through the second trimester, at the very beginning of the second trimester, we went in for an ultrasound and found out that the baby no longer had a heartbeat. And that was a pretty devastating loss for us because we had been trying to conceive for a while. And I was pretty depressed. I was upset about it. It took a toll on me for sure. And I had already gained some weight from that pregnancy. And then I got pregnant again pretty much immediately after. And I was very happy about that, but I was still processing my emotions from the loss of the first pregnancy. And I also shortly after got laid off from my job, which did not help things because now I was financially stressed out, depressed about not having a job because honestly I put a lot of myself worth, a lot of the value that I saw in myself had to do with who I was as an employee, showing up to work every day, doing the job, and actually just making sure that I was the best at my job, that I gave it 110% and could go home every day saying, man, I worked my butt off, but look at all the stuff that I did. And I didn't have that anymore, and it was really hard for me to deal with that too. So now I'm unemployed and pregnant and dealing with the loss from the previous pregnancy, and it was a recipe for disaster. I put on so much weight during my pregnancy. I don't even know how much. It was a lot. I can say that much. So I came out of my pregnancy weighing 230 pounds. And that was quite a bit because I had never, ever been over 200 pounds. I had never even been close to 200 pounds. So that really, it was very difficult for me to deal with that afterwards. I couldn't stand looking at myself in pictures. I didn't want to go out with friends because I didn't know how to dress comfortably or any sort of way that was flattering for my body type that I wasn't used to having, no less. It was really rough on me. And so I had decided for myself that in order to be comfortable, I needed to make some changes. I started eating healthier and walking regularly, and I was able to get down to about 215 pounds or so, and that was around October. So it started getting cold out. It was a lot harder for me to be going out and walking. And I was still 215 pounds and I still had a long way to go. So I needed to figure out what to do. I started working out at home and on my own with eating healthy and working out, I was able to get down to about 200. But I saw the scale just sort of sitting there. I was definitely at a plateau. I didn't know how to push past it, and I wasn't making any progress on my own. So I took a leap of faith and I signed up on Beachbody to see what I could do. I figured I had nothing to lose at that point. Why not give it a shot? So I got the all access pass with the on demand because, again, I'm a working mom and I don't have a lot of time to be going to the gym. So I did that and I have seen some great success. I can say I am well under 200 pounds now. Hello, Wonderland. I am continuing on every day and still seeing progress, but I realized that my journey didn't need to end with weight loss. There's so much more that I need to work on. So this is going to be my tracker of my progress, my success, my failure, in my work, career, in parenting, motherhood, fitness, all of that. So, again, I definitely appreciate your support because I know this is not going to be easy. I've also found that most things in life worth having are not easy to achieve. So that just gives me all the more reason to continue. So day one of this video journey, I want to discuss my why. When I first signed on with Beachbody, one of the first things I was asked to do is talk about my why, explain what my why is. And originally, people who know me know that I'm not necessarily naturally the most positive person, so that was a hard one for me. I looked at that, and rather than seeing it as motivation, my why was more of an explanation to myself on why it was acceptable for me to spend money on something to improve myself. It's kind of strange looking back at it now that I needed to justify taking care of myself, but that's what it was. And shortly after I signed up, like a couple weeks after, I went in for a physical and found out that I had horrible cholesterol, like through the roof, horrible cholesterol. And that became my why, because, you know, your why does not have to be a constant. It is an evolving thing. So my why transformed from a justification of, okay, it's all right to spend some money on yourself. It doesn't always need to go completely towards the family, towards the kids. And it became these numbers on a sheet of paper that needed to be lowered. So, you know, cutting out the processed foods, eating a nice clean diet, getting exercise daily, this all became vital to making sure that my test results are going to be better, because I was told that they would give me 3 months to bring those numbers down, or else I would have to be on medication, and I don't want to be on medication. I don't want to be a slave to taking a pill every day. It's not my desire, it's not my goal. So that became a big part of my reason why. And I actually haven't had that 3 months yet. So yeah, I've had significant weight loss success just in the 2 months that I've been doing this. It's been amazing. I feel great. I've got energy. And what happened is that the more I went along with this, the more I realized some changes in myself. I am fitting back into pre-pregnancy clothes. I am feeling comfortable in my clothes. I can sit around comfortably. I don't need to change into pajama pants the second I walk into the house. That's huge. I have energy, which is like a really big deal because I work overnights and take care of my 16-month-old during the day, and that leaves me with very little time for things like sleep or alone time or hobbies or really much of anything. So having this energy now has been fantastic. I can get down on the floor and play with my son. That is huge for me because prior to this, I was struggling. I would get down on the floor and I would be sore and I would have a hard time getting up. And now I'm on the floor every day. I play with him all the time. I don't give it a second thought, and that has been fantastic as well. So there's a lot of stuff that has changed. I sleep better at night now. I'm eating healthier. A lot of you guys who know me know that I have really bad chronic issues with my digestive system. That is pretty much gone. Definitely under control. I am not sick all the time anymore since I have been eating healthy. I feel so much better, and all of that evolved my why again to me realizing that I had only things to gain from continuing on with this. It became now about my family and my kids, and wanting to just make sure that I was giving them the very best me that I could. And then slowly over time, it actually evolved a little bit more because I started thinking about who I am and the things that I've done and my children and the influence I have on them and what I want them to get out of life. And I was thinking about eating habits are definitely a big one. Fruits and vegetables were not a staple in my household growing up, so it's not like I ever had the healthiest diet as a kid. And I want my children to eat better than I did when I was their age. So definitely making sure that I'm eating healthy and setting a good example for them. That's one of my goals. But also goes beyond that because I have never been a very confident person. I was never comfortable in my own skin. I wouldn't wear shorts because I didn't want to show off my legs. I never went out to go dancing or sing karaoke because I was afraid of making a fool out of myself. And I was always concerned with how I would look to other people. What would everybody else think of me? How would I be judged? And I am 100% positive that that has had a negative impact on my life. For one thing, not wearing shorts in the summer, yeah, it's hot. It sucks. Okay, there is nothing worse than being gross and sweaty and your jeans are sticking to you and you're just too darn embarrassed to wear anything that shows your legs because you feel like you're fat and overweight and people are going to be staring. It's ridiculous. I think back on it and how many people have I seen wearing shorts that were overweight or bigger than me? And the truth is, I didn't give a crap. I didn't care because they're confident. They are comfortable, and what does it matter what they're wearing? But for some reason, I couldn't push past that with myself. I am certain I would have had a blast going out and dancing and singing karaoke and doing all of those things that my friends would go out and do that I missed out on because I was just too scared and embarrassed. And, I started thinking about my kids and how I want them to grow up. And I don't want them to have the same body issues I do. I want them to feel confident in themselves and comfortable in their own skin. I want them to be outgoing and not be afraid. I want them to go up on the stage and perform their little hearts out and, be excited about it and not care what other people say or how other people might judge them, because they are doing everything that they want to do and accomplishing their goals. And, I think as a parent, you lead by example. And so part of my journey and the goals that I have is to start leading by example. So I am working to start pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and actually making this video is definitely part of that, because this is not something I've ever done before. This is not something I'm comfortable with, but it's something I'm gonna do. And I'm going to be confident about my body. I'm going to wear shorts and tank tops and be comfortable in whatever condition there is outside and not care, because you know what? I have worked hard to get to where I am with my fitness. I've worked hard for the body I have, and I'm going to continue to work. Definitely, I'm certain that as I get more physically fit, I will feel more confident in that as well. But it's not just about the fitness, it's about the fact that I'm here and this is the body that I live in. I'm going to treat it well, I'm going to make it better, and I'm going to accept where I am with it now. Because there's nothing I can do right now other than continue to work on it. But that doesn't mean that I don't deserve to wear shorts and tank tops and anything else that I would be more comfortable in. So that's about the gist of it. That's my why. My why is really to make sure, at least at this point, is to make sure that I am setting a good example for my children so that they grow up confident and healthy and just doing all the things in their life that I wish I had done with mine. So thank you again for supporting me in this. If you'd like to join me in this process, definitely reach out to me. I am coaching for Beachbody now. I definitely could use more members on my team. I am here for support, and I can help you with your journey as well. So you can reach out to me at coachstephf@gmail.com or add me on Facebook. Thank you. Good night.